Okay, so you've brought us a really interesting collection of YouTube links for this deep dive.
Yeah, a little
Um,
bit of everything.
we've got it all. We've got like history and science. We
Mhm.
even have some creative projects in here,
Yep,
and a few things about what's going on in the world right now.
absolutely.
So today, uh, I guess our mission, if you want to call it that,
Hmm.
is to really dive into these videos
Hmm.
and try to pull out the main ideas
Yeah,
and some of the most interesting stuff.
totally.
Um, and I mean, it's really kind of like,
Well, it's so interesting, right? When you look at all these different videos, even just glancing at the links,
yeah,
you can already see how differently people try to get their point across online. And
yeah,
I think that's one of the things that makes this deep dive so interesting.
absolutely. And as you're going through these, what really stood out to you?
Well, first of all, I was really struck by just how many of the videos, even though they were on totally different topics,
Right.
used a very similar structure.
Oh, really?
Yeah, they would like start with a really broad overview
Okay.
just to set the stage and kind of give you some context.
Right.
And then they would kind of zoom in on specific examples
Oh, that's interesting.
or case studies to really drive the point home.
So it's like, they give you the big picture first, and then they
Exactly.
fill in the details.
Yeah, and I think it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
It's a good way to keep people engaged online.
It's almost like, when you're learning something new,
Right.
you need that kind of map,
Mm-hmm.
and then you need the landmarks, to
Exactly.
help you make sense of it all.
I think it's a really effective way to learn online.
I agree completely.
Yeah.
Another thing I noticed was that some of these videos were really high production,
Yeah.
you know?
Oh, yeah. Some of them were super slick.
Yeah. And then others were,
Really basic.
yeah,
Yeah, just someone talking to a camera.
right.
But you know what? Some of the most impactful videos were those really simple ones.
Oh, really?
Yeah, there was this one video in particular I'm thinking of. It
Yeah.
was just this person talking about something they were really passionate about.
Oh, wow.
And you could tell they knew their stuff. Like,
Right.
they were a real expert. And
Yeah.
it was so compelling, even though the video itself was very simple.
So it's almost like that authenticity
Yeah.
really shines through.
Exactly. Fancy production can be nice, but sometimes
Yeah.
it's really all about that genuine passion and knowledge.
I think you're totally right.
Mhm.
One of the things that I found really fascinating
Yeah.
was how some of these videos,
Mhm.
they were talking about the same topics,
Mm-hmm.
but they came to totally different conclusions.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
It was like seeing different sides of the same story.
It makes you realize how important it is to think
Mhm.
critically about what you're seeing online and to really be aware that different people might emphasize different parts of the story,
Absolutely.
And I think it was interesting, too, how
Yep.
it seemed like sometimes the data itself was what people disagreed on,
Right.
but other times it was more about how that data was presented
Right.
or framed that led to these different conclusions.
Yeah, so they're looking at the same information, but they're
Yeah.
interpreting it in different ways.
Exactly. And it's not always easy to tell,
Yeah.
what's going on. You
Right.
really have to pay attention.
You do.
Yeah.
It also felt like we were getting these little glimpses into different online communities.
Oh, yeah.
You have these groups of people who are really into specific topics.
Mm-hmm. They form these little tribes around certain videos.
Exactly. And then you have other videos that are trying to reach a much wider audience.
Right.
So the amount of background knowledge that they assume you have,
Varies a lot.
yeah, it really varies a lot.
And I think that's one of the things that makes YouTube so interesting is that it allows these very niche communities to form.
Right.
But it also means that we have to be careful
Yeah.
not to get stuck in our own little bubbles.
I totally agree.
Yeah.
So we've seen some interesting patterns here. The same storytelling structures across different topics.
Mm-hmm.
We've seen how authenticity
Mm-hmm.
can be more powerful
Yeah.
than high production.
Sometimes.
We've seen how people can look at the same information and come to different conclusions.
Right.
And we've seen how these online video communities are forming
Mm-hmm.
around specific content.
It's a fascinating snapshot of how we consume information online.
It really is.
And if you think about the bigger picture,
Yeah.
this means that more voices are being heard than ever before.
Yeah.
Anyone with a camera and an internet connection
Right.
can potentially share their ideas with the whole world.
That's pretty amazing.
It is. It's incredibly powerful, but it also means that we have to be
Yeah.
more careful than ever about what we choose to believe.
We really do.
Yeah.
So as we kind of wrap up our deep dive here,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's clear that online video, offers this just incredible variety of information and perspectives.
Absolutely.
We've seen everything from these really detailed historical analyses to explanations of like really complex scientific ideas
Yep.
to people sharing their own creative work.
And everything in between.
Yeah.
It's amazing.
It is.
And it really makes you think about
Yeah.
how this huge amount of video content is shaping our understanding of the world.
Yeah.
You know, it's so easy to just passively watch videos.
Right.
But are we really learning anything?
Right.
Or are we just being entertained?
That's a great question.
So as you go on your next online adventure, think about what you're really looking for. Are you just looking to be entertained?
Okay.
Or are you trying to learn something new? And how will you navigate all of this content to make sure that you're actually gaining some real insights?
That's a really great question for our listeners to think about.
It is.
Yeah.
It is a lot out there.
There is.
So be careful.
Thanks for joining us today.
Absolutely.
It's been a pleasure.
Yeah, this was fun.
It has been.
A lot of fun.
Today is your lucky day. Today is the day that our $3 website works for you, paying you directly to your PayPal daily. Imagine $3 ongoing continuous payments to your PayPal account. Imagine falling asleep and waking up to $300 in your PayPal account. How would this make you feel? How could this help you? What bills could you pay? What kind of fun could you have? What does that retirement look like now? All for a one-time payment of $3. This website is DFY done for you, fully built and completely hosted, and never stops collecting payments for you. You have spent $3 on coffee on a regular, but that coffee won't help you create multiple streams of income. Click the link below.